Hey, this is Jennifer Benson with Ignescent, and you're listening to Solid Rock Radio.
Backstage with Mothership on Solid Rock Radio begins now. Hear the best in new music, artist interviews, stories from the road, and more. You are now backstage, and here's your host, Mothership.
Hey, everybody. Jennifer Benson, the founder and frontwoman of the band Ignescent, is my guest this week. I hope you enjoy our little chat. I have Jennifer Benson of Ignescent here. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. Now, I hear you're from the Chicago area. Did you grow up in Chicago?
Yeah, I grew up here, and then I lived in Germany for a little bit, but for like 3 years. But yeah, I grew up in Chicago area. So
Army brat?
I had a family member who was in the Army, and so that's why I was stationed over there for like 3 years. It was beautiful. Like, I didn't want to come back.
Love Germany. You're hitting the national scene. Tell me a little bit about your band and how long it's been around.
Yeah, well, we've been around for about 10 years, actually. But, mainly doing shows in the Chicago area, Wisconsin, Indiana, kind of more in the Midwest. We've been out to Colorado a few times and Tennessee, but yeah, it's mainly been more local, but we're definitely getting out there more, and we're really excited about everything that's happening. So.
Awesome. Now, who is in the band?
I am, of course.
The founder.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I founded the band. And then Ian Sebastian, he is the bass guitarist. He's amazing. I love Ian. He's so much fun. And then Nathan Eller, he's playing guitar for Ignescent. And then currently we are hiring drummers and just having people to fill in. So we don't have a permanent drummer currently. We're trying to find someone, but that's been a challenge. So we've been doing that. Yeah, but a lot's been happening. Like, we just found out this week we are number 16 on Christian rock Billboard chart. So we're really excited about that. And then we will find out the exact number this week. But last week we were 49 on the active rock Billboard chart. So yeah, a lot of stuff is happening, and we're just really blessed.
You've put a lot of work into it. 10 years, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Just local scene and that sort of thing. It's kind of blowing up on you. What's it like?
It's amazing. It's just a dream come true. I've wanted to do this since I was a little girl, honestly. It's always been my dream. And I just kind of started this on my own. I just decided one day I want to start a band. I mean, it's been a dream of mine, but I'm like, I'm going to actually do it. So I just put some ads out on Craigslist, and I contacted people on Bandmix and met some people on there, and just kind of started booking shows locally. I had no idea what I was doing, and all of the band, we didn't know what we were doing. But just from there, we kind of started meeting people, making more connections, getting bigger shows. And then one day we were asked to open for like Striper and opened for Flyleaf. And I think that was the same weekend. And I was just blown away because those are people I look up to. And I was just, I was so excited. So it just kind of spiraled from there. And then now we've gotten in a lot of magazines and starting to get on radio finally. It's been a lot of work, and just, marketing the band ourselves on social media, and booking the shows ourselves, and just doing like everything ourselves. But it's, it's worth it. It's paying off, and I'm really excited.
For you to want to start a band since you were little, yeah. You must have been looking up to somebody. Who were you looking at? Who was giving you that desire to go out there and be on the road?
Yeah. Well, bands like, honestly, Flyleaf and Skillet, and, Striper too, 1,000 Foot Crutch, those types of bands. Because I wanted to have something that was rock and heavy, but had a good, positive message, and a message about God, and be someone that, teenagers can look up to in a positive way. And, a lot of that, the rock genre and the metal genre is very, it's just, in the non-Christian world, it's not a very positive influence, a lot of negative things and negative influences going on there. So I wanted to be opposite of that and be a band that teenagers or any age can look at, just have that positive influence on them with our music and with the lyrics of our music.
Do you have any stories you could share?
At Rockfest, actually, it was pretty cool. This one guy came up to me, and I think we met him at a Buck Cherry concert that we were opening for at a venue, and we just started talking to him and everything. And then he asked for prayer. And then at Rockfest, he was just telling us about his son that was battling with cancer and asked me to pray for him and me and my husband to pray for him. And so we did. And then on social media, he commented on a post and he said, my son is doing much better. And it was just really cool to like be a part of that process, just being able to pray for him and his son. And that's what Ignescent is about. You know, we're not just a band. We're not just about music. I mean, honestly, the reason I started this is because I wanted to share God with others. And music is just a tool to do that. My real heart is just to tell people about God and Jesus and pray for them. And I've had other people that have watched like my YouTube video about I went through a custody battle and what God did and all the miracles there. They've said that God really worked through that YouTube video and different stories that I've told on stage, and that God really spoke to them through those stories of what God did in my life and different miracles that he's done. So just to hear that is really cool. And that's what keeps me going. It's not necessarily doing music. It's that I see God working in people's lives. And so we don't just play at Christian Fest, we play at bars and non-Christian fests and different places like that. So we get the opportunity to talk to people and to love them, and people that don't know God and don't know the truth about Jesus. And God has opened some just incredible doors for us to share, about our lives and just to love on them, because they don't have a church that they're involved in or that kind of support. And people out there are struggling, especially now. I mean, it's a crazy world we live in. So it's awesome to see what God has done through Ignescent, and just to hear their stories and listen and pray for them. So it's been pretty cool. And I'm excited to see what else God has in store for us and for people out there.
What do you love the most about your job? Just that chance to share?
Yeah, definitely. That's my heart. And I love to share about God. And I also love to just rock out on stage, to be honest. I do love music, obviously. And it's so much fun. The best part is, I think, live shows and just to share the music that we've recorded and just to have fun with the people on stage and to see them like rocking out or singing to the songs and headbanging with them. It's a lot of fun.
What you just said reminded me of something. There was an artist in the 90s, Michael Card. He said in a concert once that he learned to play guitar to get girls. And Michael Card has written some of the most beautiful, memorable church worship music of his generation. Songs like Emmanuel and All Is Well that are in the hymnal. What he said that night stuck with me. He says, all we have to offer to God are our mixed motives. By learning guitar to try to impress girls, he impacted millions of people's lives with his songs. So I kind of embraced that philosophy, and I thought, I love faith-based rock, metal, and so I used that desire to want to hear the music and go to the concerts and be around the industry to be a blessing to others and leave a legacy.
That's very interesting.
If we're blessing each other and building each other up, I think that's what the church is supposed to do. God takes our mixed motives and uses it for his glory.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, actually.
Sounds to me that's exactly what you guys are doing.
That is really cool. I never thought about it like that, mixed motives. That's interesting. If he's called you or put it on your heart, yeah, you should do it.
You're listening to Backstage with Mothership on Solid Rock Radio.
Miller Express LLC is a Solid Rock Radio business ministry partner specializing in delivery, setup, and relocation of storage buildings. More info by calling 803-300-7594.
Check us out on Facebook at I'm with Mothership.
Now you have a new EP and you have a new video. Tell us about those.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Remnant came out at the end of January, and then our new EP, Ascension, came out March 4th. And then, yeah, our brand new music video came out. It's on YouTube to Remnant. Yeah, we got to work with Cameron Pierce Mizell, and he produced the 3 of the songs. So that was really cool. He's worked with Memphis Mayfire, Sleeping with Sirens, and then our ballad that's on the EP called Anymore. We got to work with Nick Radanovic. He's worked with Skillet and many other bands, I think even Jeremy Camp. And so it's always been a dream of mine to work with him, and we got to for our ballad. So I'm really excited about that. This was written like during all this with COVID and everything going on. So a lot of it was the emotions coming out from what was happening. And with Remnant, though, specifically, we wanted to give a message of hope because obviously times are hard out there. And well, it affected the artist community specifically too. And a lot of bands were quitting. A lot of club owners were just, closing up. And then with people getting sick and the deaths, it was just so much. I just wanted to give something to people that would give them hope. And Remnant is a small, remaining quantity of something after a disaster. So we just wanted to say we're here to stay. We're not giving up. And there is still hope out there, and we are the remnant, and we're going to keep going. And we want to encourage others to not quit, to not give up, and to keep going.
You've done a few collaborations. I remember seeing something about Samir from Flyleaf.
He actually co-wrote a song on a different album called Fearless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he co-wrote that. But he did play with us 2 weekends ago at our EP release show, and then at Route 20 in Wisconsin. We played with The Protest and American Arson, and Samir played guitar with us. And so that was super cool because I'm a huge fan of his. And he also got to play with us. We did like a radio interview on 95 Will Rock before the show in Wisconsin, and he played on that radio interview with us too. So we just hung out with him the whole weekend and had a blast.
Tell me more about that EP that Samir worked on.
Oh, that he co-wrote?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember what year that was. That was quite a few years ago. The song is called Fearless. We opened for Flyleaf at Subterranean in Chicago, and that's where we first met. And then after that, I reached out to him and I'm like, can we, would you be willing to write a song with me? And so we got on Skype and we wrote a few songs. One hasn't been recorded yet. It's called Permanent Disaster. But the other one, like I was talking about, was Fearless. And we just co-wrote that together on Skype, and it was just really cool, recorded it. And that is actually on Spotify, and I believe it's on iTunes as well. But that was a few years back.
Have you collabed with any other artists?
Yeah, a song called Calling Out to You. And that was actually 2011, so it's quite a bit ago. We co-wrote with Ben Cassica, former lead guitarist of Skillet. So I went to Wisconsin and co-wrote that song with him, and then recorded with Travis Wyrick in Knoxville, Tennessee. And so that song actually hit top 30, I believe, in Christian rock Billboard. But that was back in like 2012, I think, or 2011.
A lot of these names that you're mentioning, like Nick Rad, Ben Cassica, Travis Wyrick, Samir, they just keep coming up in conversations with other artists. I just love to watch artists pouring into each other. Years ago, when I worked in a Christian bookstore, my boss used to say, it's a small Christian world. And boy, was she right. It's a small Christian music industry as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I love Samir because when he was with us, playing with us at the shows, he gave us a ton of advice. And, that was just so cool. He didn't have to take that time to do that, but he did. And, I'm super thankful for that. So it's just so nice when people, pour into you and just want to help you and want to see you succeed. It's really cool.
Which song on the EP is your favorite?
I would say Remnant, definitely. And that just has a special place in my heart. And it was interesting, like this word remnant kept popping up. Like online, I would see people talking about it. And then my pastor started talking about remnant. And I'm like, I just need to write a song about that. And then one day, like the melody just the chorus alone just popped in my head. Like it just popped there. And I'm like, okay, I have to start working on this and, finishing this. And I think we're on the way to Florida for like a family trip. And so I was in the back seat for like 20 hours driving from Illinois to Florida. I had nothing else to do. So I'm like, I'm going to finish this song.
Smart.
So I did that, and I just started coming up with the verse and the bridge, and I just finished it and had the melody and lyrics and sent it to the band. And it was pretty quickly that they sent some music back, and that was it. Then we called Cameron. We're like, we want to record this, and we recorded it, and that was it. But that definitely, I think that's one of my favorites off the EP.
Are there any other personal passion projects that you are working on?
Okay. Well, music has been taking up a lot of my time, to be honest. That's been my main focus. I am thinking about volunteering for like youth ministry because I have a heart for teens. And so that's something I've been praying about too. But life has been pretty crazy, honestly, right now, just trying to balance everything with the interviews. And we've been writing more music and the shows and family. There's a lot going on with my family right now. Hanging out with my parents too. We've been visiting a lot. So that's kind of what I've been doing. But
What's your favorite way to kind of chill or waste some time?
I love to watch TV. I like The Equalizer, honestly, or Blue Bloods. Those are like my two favorite shows. And then I love to just eat some snacks and drink some Pepsi and just kind of veg out when I'm really tired. That's a good way to veg out. In Chicago, it's cold, and I don't like cold, honestly. So I will just veg out and lay down in front of a heater and just kind of space out and eat some snacks, eat some Cheetos.
Okay.
So that's kind of my way to relax.
Okay, so we're going to segue into what are your favorite road snacks?
That would be Pepsi and Cheetos is my favorite. I mean, Doritos are okay, Cheez-Its are amazing, but Cheetos are my favorite.
Puffy or original?
Original. Not spicy, not hot.
You and I are on the same page, sister.
All right, cool. That's awesome.
You're listening to Backstage with Mothership on Solid Rock Radio.
What would you say is the most rewarding thing about doing music?
After all the hard work, the most rewarding thing is when I see a fan out there singing our song. I mean, that's really cool, to see that people are listening to our music and they like it. It feels really good to see that. And then the other rewarding thing is, if people have said their lives have been impacted in a positive way or changed in any way from our music, or they're closer to God because of it, that's definitely the most rewarding thing.
Top 3 things on your bucket list.
Top 3 things. Well, I want to go to St. Thomas. I would love to do that. I would love to take my husband and family to Germany because they've never been. I'm the only one who's ever been there. So I would love to do that for them someday and go back there because it's so beautiful. And I love to travel. And what else? I would also like to record a song with Howard Benson someday. So those would be the top 3 things.
I think that's doable. That's awesome. Now, are you still ambassadors for Holt International, or was that something you did in the past?
We still do that.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think I was at a Louis Palau conference. I met someone from Holt International there. I believe that's what it was, in Portland, Oregon. And, they just mentioned that they have like an artist music program where you can partner with them. And so we just share at our concerts. We just tell about the kids that need support and financial support and just share that. If anyone's interested in signing up, they can do that. Much like Compassion International, pretty much the same type of thing.
So how long have you been partnered with them?
Oh, my goodness. I think it's been like 6 years or so that we partnered with them. So it's been a little while.
That's nice. It's always nice to have somebody that you are passionate about, want to share their ministry.
Yeah, definitely.
Fun question, if you don't mind me asking. Do you have any tattoos? And if so, what have you got?
I do. Actually, I got my first one last year. I've been wanting one for years.
Really?
Yeah. I was just nervous because I'm not good with pain. So,
I'm not keen on unnecessary pain myself.
but I went and I didn't tell like any of my family that I was going because I knew they would probably like freak me out or try to talk me out of it. So I just made an appointment. I went and
That's great.
I surprised them. But yeah, it says in cursive, ignite our hearts.
Oh, nice.
So, the band name is Ignescent. So that's why I did that. So it just means to ignite our hearts on fire for Jesus Christ. And
Will there be more?
I'm thinking about maybe getting like a rose or a butterfly on my hand, but I don't know if I can handle much more because that was so painful for me. I thought I would pass out. Like, I don't understand people that are like, oh no, it's not a big deal. Yeah, no, it is a big deal. It hurt.
No doubt.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just a wuss. But
I have not had one, but I've heard that it hurts.
Yes. I see those people that have them all up and down their arms, on their necks, and I can't figure out how they can handle that pain. So I probably might do one more, but it'll be like a little itty bitty flower or rose on my hand because I can probably handle that. But
A teeny tiny one.
right. It'll take 5 minutes and I'll be okay.
That's big enough. That's good.
Right.
Have them just do an outline.
What's a song that always puts you into a good mood?
Yeah, I would say The Resistance or Hero by Skillet. I love those songs, and especially when I'm running on the treadmill at the gym, it'll just wake me up and give me like a ton of energy.
So to you, Skillet songs are like energy drinks. Some people drink Red Bull. You listen to Skillet.
They are. And Disciple, too. They're both like Red Bull, like instant Red Bull.
Yep,
Instant energy. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about your merch or any shows that might be coming up?
Oh, yeah, sure. So, yeah, we have a merch store online. If you go to the Ignescent Music Instagram page or the Ignescent Music Facebook page, there is a link tree. So anyone can just click on that link tree. And then from there, I think it's like the maybe 3 or 4 down. You can click on that link below and it says Ignescent Merch Store. And we actually have 3 brand new designs. I'm really, really excited about that were just put out. So there's a bunch of items on there. I think there's like 20 or so items. So yeah, you can check that out. And of course we have merch for sale at our shows. We have a show coming up with Flaw on March 31st and April 1st. One is at Brower House in Lombard, Illinois. The other is at the Looney Bin at Bradley, Illinois. So we'll be playing there. And then we'll be at Kingdom Come Fest this summer. We'll be at Rock Fest. Yeah, at a bunch of different fests this summer coming up. And that you can check like all the shows and everything at ignescentmusic.com. And then we also post them on the Ignescent Music Facebook page, because there's the events there, and then the Ignescent Music Instagram page will post as they come up too.
Is it safe to say that there may be some other announcements coming soon?
There are some more very soon that will be announced. So we're excited about that. And actually, also, we are opening for Disciple in West Chicago, Illinois. It's in May. It's at the WC Social Club. And I can't remember the date in May, but it is on our Facebook page. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? I'm going to meet you at Kingdom Come Festival.
Yay!
Last year was our first year there, and we loved it so much we're going to go back. Some of our best friends are playing this year again, so it's like, okay, looks like we're going to travel again. And we usually go to Uprise as well, so if you end up on one of those stages, we might see you there too. We'll see.
Okay, nice.
I think y'all have got all the good festivals up there.
I know, there is a lot of rock in the Midwest. I don't know why, but it's awesome. I'm thankful for it.
The people up there support it.
What do you think are some positive things that have come from the changes in the music industry?
Good question. I mean, it's nice, like social media obviously can be a bad thing, but it can also be a good thing. It's a great tool for artists that are independent artists that are trying to get their music out there. I mean, it makes it so easy. Anyone can do it and, and just promote your music and start out that way. I mean, that's how I started. I just got on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever I could, and just started posting about Ignescent. And that's one of the good things. And, you know, being able to get your music out there online and people being able to listen to it on YouTube, and it's just so much easier. There's definitely negatives to it too, but that's the positive side of it.
I agree. There are a lot of bands who would have just remained local and never had an opportunity to go national or international.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, it's getting late. I'm going to let you go. Wonderful to meet you.
Yeah, you too. I really appreciate you having me on.
I guess I'll see you at Kingdom Come.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Okay. Well, you have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening tonight. Stay tuned for more great music all night long. Be sure to check out my I'm with Mothership Facebook page and Solid Rock Radio's website. Follow the link under shows to Backstage with Mothership, which will have the links to my guests' social media accounts. This show will be replayed at 4 a.m. Eastern Time. Past interviews available on podcast.solidrockradio.org, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and on Pandora platforms. And remember this week, be kind to one another.